This season has kind of been, in many ways, a descent of Ian. He's going through hell, uh, quite simply. It's he's challenged in every conceivable way, and a lot of the punishment he takes is kind of by his own hand. I think that he's dealing with his mental illness, or trying to deal with it, and fighting a battle that he's never had to before. So the greatest challenge has been, well, A, trying to portray the illness as honestly and empathetically as possible. So I try to do as much research as I could about it. I have some personal experience from family and friends. But I read books, I watched documentaries, I watched interviews with people who suffer from it, and I just tried to understand as much as possible. And also, I think the challenge has also been trying to retain the character of Ian, while at the same time he's now evolved with, he can be both manic, or he can be depressed, or he can be in some sort of mixed state, and he's obviously changed a lot. So how do you keep the identity of the character while at the same time trying to explore these great lengths that he's changing at the same time? If you're told that you have something that you're going to take medication for the rest of your life, and you're never going to be the same person you thought you were, and you're going to have to deal with something. If someone just told you that you're sick, it would take a long time before you could believe it. It would take a lot for you to believe it. And Ian is very heavily in a state of denial for much of the season, which is dangerous in its own self, because then he's not taking medication, or he's going off of medication, or he's not limiting himself in a way that he probably should be for what's healthy for him. The relationship dynamic is pretty heavily affected, obviously, by his illness. Mickey is having to become more of a caretaker for Ian, and Ian is losing his self-sufficiency, which I think terrifies him. He's not fully able to take care of himself in his present state, and I don't think any of the Gallaghers want to be relying on anybody else. They pride themselves on their ability to handle themselves. So I think that that is causing a lot of the tension in the relationship, and also at the same time, when Ian is in a depressed state, he might not have interest in Mickey, or when he's manic, he might not. And at the same time, then Mickey has to deal with all of that, and that's a lot of baggage to deal with. So we're seeing them struggle through the relationship in a way that I think anybody would have to. Working with Noel has been incredible. He's a fantastic actor, in my opinion, and we've gained, a working relationship, kind of like in the way that when two people are in a relationship, that they gain some sort of shorthand and an ability to communicate. And what's really been great is we know each other and our characters and how they're defined so well that we can then play around within those roles. And a lot of times we feel comfortable with adding improv, or changing things up in a take, and playing off of each other and seeing where it goes. And sometimes we find these really surprising moments, or these really interesting ways of coming at a scene that otherwise probably wouldn't have happened with another actor.